Welcome to the latest edition of Inside Pass. Tonight, we catch up with the Ireland camp as they prepare for a Friday night clash in Cardiff in the penultimate round of the 2017 RBS Six Nations Championship. We link up with the Ireland Women's 7 squad who competed in a World Series tournament in Las Vegas over the weekend. And we tune into the Ulster Bank League as the business end of the season approaches and clubs battle for playoff positions and try to avoid relegation. The Ireland squad reassembled in Carton House on Saturday evening as they began preparations ahead of their must-win encounter against Wales at the Principality Stadium. We caught up with Ireland forwards coach Simon Easterby to get the latest news from the Ireland camp.
Simon, how did training go this morning?
It was good, Barry. Yeah, we had a really good hit out after yesterday, which was probably a little bit lighter. A few players coming off the back of Pro 12 rugby on the weekend. So today was good. It was intense. And the players probably go away tonight, have a little bit of a break and feel good about what we've done over the last couple of days. It's
an unusual week because we're playing a Friday night. Does that change things in terms of the structure and the setup during the week?
It only changes that we come in a day earlier, so we met on Saturday night rather than Sunday night, but everything else stays the same. We're just a day ahead of where we normally are, and it's nothing changes. Friday night game, obviously at international level you're not used to that as much, but certainly at club level the players play regularly on a Friday and Saturday night, so that shouldn't change the way they prepare too much.
Simon, you're very familiar obviously with Welsh rugby. There's a huge respect and rivalry between the two countries. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I think there is massive respect and rivalry as well. It's born out of the guys play each other, they know each other very well in their club environment, but we've had some pretty tough games against them over the years, certainly in the recent years at international level, and there's always a little bit of niggle, and it's quite spiky in terms of sort of individuals who try and impose themselves on the game, and we've always had a healthy respect for that as well, and we know that whatever's happened in the past, whatever's happened in the recent history in terms of their rugby and our rugby, is two very passionate Celtic nations going head to head, and the fact that it's in Cardiff this year and that they've come off the back of a couple of losses and we managed to get a couple of wins, it doesn't really change too much in terms of how we're approaching the game. It's huge for both teams.
The Ireland Women's 7 squad travelled to Las Vegas, hopeful of building on strong showings in Dubai and Sydney. Ireland were drawn in Pool B against Fiji, the US and Spain. Let's look back on some of the action and get reaction from the squad.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens. They're looking for ball off the top to use. Ashley Baxter, a little dummy switch in the middle, and Baxter kicks clear. Stacey Flood, in fact, will haul again. Baxter fires one out. Nice feet. Well, the try score, Stacey Flood. Nice little switch. Amy Lee Murphy-Crowe trying to go through, and they won't catch her from there. Amy Lee Murphy-Crowe, this for her 12th try of the current season. Trying to go through is Seni Nupu, but eventually she's put down. O'Flynn, as Murphy-Crowe outside her, carries it up the middle. Audrey O'Flynn takes the tackle. Can Ireland get a try from here? Nice hand should do it. Amy Lee Murphy-Crowe going in for her second as well. Lucy Mulhall needs the chasers though. O'Flynn is after it, so too Nupu. Where's this going to bounce? It's going to bounce for Ireland. They might have a chance to get a winner here. As Mulhall tries to go through, two outsider. The pass, if it had gone to Baxter, pick off the ground. Nupu, hand should do it. Williams in the corner, Flood.
Anthony, we're just back from the USA Sevens in Las Vegas. You might just give us your thoughts on how the weekend went.
It was a challenging weekend actually. I think the girls probably came back from that tournament a little frustrated with their performance. We got off to a really good start, beating the USA in our pool games, but probably didn't play or perform as well as they would have liked. But still, it was nice to make the quarterfinals. But day two, we didn't pick up a win on day two, so we're still looking to try and improve on that for the next tournament.
And then the next tournament you mentioned, that's Japan. What's the plans between now and then?
The girls have a bit of time off, but then we've got a preparation camp with the French over in Paris, so we'll work hard in that camp and try and get better. and we look forward to Japan. We've got the same pool as what we had in Sydney, so we know those. We know those teams pretty well, and hopefully we can put in a good performance for Japan and then for the rest of the series.
Things are heating up in the Ulster Bank League. High-flying table toppers Lansdowne crossed the Liffey to take on defending champions Clontarf at Castle Avenue on Friday night. Here's some of the action from the top of the table clash.
Blustery conditions awaited Mike Ruddock's men as they ventured northside to a muddy Castle Avenue. The Friday night lights fixture saw Clontarf playing catch-up with Lansdowne, who were 7 points ahead at the top of the table. After just 4 minutes, Clontarf took the lead with a penalty inside Lansdowne's 22. Clontarf out-half David Joyce making use of the post to get the first points on the board. "14 minutes in and Clontarf forced a penalty, putting pressure on Lansdowne in the scrum. From in front of the posts, Joyce made easy work of the kick to make it 6 points to 0. Clontarf had to deal with the setback of losing their prop, Vatang Abdeladze, taking a heavy knock and being helped off the pitch, but he was ably replaced by Ivan Soroka. However, Tarf soon saw another penalty for offside deep inside the Lansdowne 22, with Joyce again kicking 3 from 3 to make it 9 points to 0. Lansdowne's woes continued soon after, with second row Josh O'Rourke being sin-binned in the 28th minute. Clontarf, however, failed to capitalise with the extra man, and Lansdowne's defence held out, with Clontarf conceding a penalty in the dying minutes of the first half. Lansdowne's out-half, Scott Deasy, closed the gap to 6 points with an on-target kick from distance. Despite good possession early in the second half by Lansdowne, they couldn't break down Tarf's defence, which maintained its discipline. And 16 minutes into the second half, it paid off with another penalty for offside. Joyce again slotted the ball over with ease for his 4th kick of the game. Tarf saw a man sin-binned late into the game, with Lansdowne putting the squeeze on in the scrum. With sustained pressure, Lansdowne almost got over the line for a last-minute try, but Tarf held out to deny them the 5-pointer. Lansdowne's DC opted to take the 3 points, but missed the target with the last kick of the match, and the game ended Clontarf 12, Lansdowne 3.
Victory for Clontarf puts them in the mix for a home semi-final, while keeping Lansdowne in sight for the rest of the pack chasing playoff places. Here's how all 50 clubs are sitting after the latest round of matches across the 5 divisions of the Ulster Bank League. Tune in next week when we will review all the action from the RBS Six Nations fixtures between Ireland and Wales, as all 3 teams seek to keep their championship title hopes alive. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Thanks for watching. See you next week on Inside Pass.